What's good, everybody? It is Friday, December 30th, 2022. Just 2 days remaining in this wonderful year. This is your daily sports betting brand of record. We call it the Early Edge. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all of sports betting, and it's not close. And can you believe we're going to start with a trivia question? What is the only show in America, sports betting, that's been on every single day of 2022? I'll wait. There's only one answer. It's right here at the Early Edge. Now, a couple people tweeted at me last night saying, Coach, you guys lost this, you lost that. Whoa, don't handpick the picks and then come at us. 11-7. We had another solid day at the brand. Here is the first recap screen. Then, of course, we had Early Edge Live last night, Cowboys and the Titans. How about one more touchdown in the first half one time? But still, my man AB coming through strong. Remember, it's not always an opportunity, but it could be a proper opportunity. Now, Fridays are always a busy day at the brand. Week 17, you know what we got going on today. Special start time, Early Edge and 5 is at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time on Fridays. That's because our props extravaganza is at 4 p.m. Eastern time. See ya. Prop stars, Uncle Dave, and yours truly taking you through Week 17 in the prop market. Now, with all the housekeeping being done, one more item. We will be live on Monday. So many of you have tweeted at me saying, Coach, I want to donate to the St. Jude Project. I want to do that. We're going to have it live on Monday. You guys will be able to go right in there. You have a big day. You have a big win. You can pay it forward right through the Early Edge. And then we'll write a big old fat check next December 31st. So with all that being said, you know what time it is. You know what day it is. It's still football season. It's Big Energy Friday. Let's go. Oh, it's like an embarrassment of riches. I told you we would have a pick on every single bowl game this season. Well, today I've got one man who's fulfilling all of that, ladies and gentlemen. He's part of the reason we call this Big Pick Energy Friday. The Czar, Emory Hunt. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, guys. And listen, if you guys know me, I like working touchdown to check down in the passing game. So we go deep with these bowl picks. We're giving you picks on all of them. It's Big Parlay Friday as well. So let's go.
All right. Justin says, Coach, if Emery gives a parlay, I'll donate 50% of it. Well, maybe not today, but you can put them together. We'll get to that in a second. Now, this man has been on absolute fire. Oh, my God. I'm almost scared to sit this close to you, Buckets. The last couple of days, what has your record been on your Twitter, Patreon, whatever picks you get? What have you done the last couple of days?
We are 14-2 over our last 16 picks this week.
What did you say? What? 14-2?
14-2.
And guess what's starting next week, ladies and gentlemen? That's right. We've been promoting it, the Here and There Parlay. And today, 2 games that could fit into that next week. So stand by, Buckets. Now, this man, I already told you, he was 3 for 4 last night. He came on to Early Edge Live and said everything you needed to know about the Tennessee Titans. And if you listened, you cashed tickets. He is our 5-tool player. Live from Nashville, Tennessee. 8 floors below, however. AB, good morning, big boy.
Woo! I can't do Chip at all. Now, look, Chip had a little bit of emergency, so we're stepping in for him today here on the Big Pick Energy Show. Fired up about that. And, dude, how much fun was last night of a game that was supposed to be nothing? It was pretty fun, man. I enjoyed it.
You should have known the negotiations I had to go through with the missus. Because I told you guys last night I had to take the missus and the in-laws out for our holiday dinner. So I went to perhaps the most expensive Italian restaurant in Orange County last night. They did have a TV. So I had them change it to the Washington game. Just as they did that, oh, your table's ready. I thought there's only one room. There was like 4 rooms. Our table was in the only room without a television. So I had to negotiate. Can I watch on my phone with the score? What do you think Crystal said?
No.
Absolutely not.
Hell no, you can't do that. You're absolutely right, gentlemen. So I am still very happily in a relationship, so I did the right thing. And the right thing now is to get into storylines that could affect the betting lines. But guess what? This morning, we don't have any of those because Buckets, we are all sports lovers. We are all lovers of legends. And we lost one in the last couple of days. And I would love for you just to take a moment to kind of educate the audience on how great of a legend that we lost.
Listen, we're of course talking about the passing of Pele yesterday afternoon. And I know that I am the goofy guy on the show and it's hard for me to get serious at times. But this is something that demands us to be serious and demands us to have a tone of respect when we talk about him, because he was an absolute legend of this game. He was a pioneer to the most beautiful game, and this sport would not be what it is today without Pele. I saw a tweet yesterday that read, "Whatever your favorite player has done to impress you, Pele did it first." And that is just so true. If you go back and watch old highlight reels of him and the way he played and the things he pulled off and the revolutionary things he did in the sport, it's mimicked by every great since then. Players like Ronaldo, Messi, Benzema, Vinny Jr., Neymar, they all do stuff that Pele did first. He passed surrounded by the support of his family and friends yesterday afternoon. And I hope that he's up there with Maradona right now playing ball once again, because he really did so much to inspire the world around the most beautiful game. He will be missed, but his presence will be felt every time anyone's on the pitch. So thank you for everything you did for the sport, Pele. Rest in peace.
Well said. Very well said, Buckets. And I can only think of one thing that would make this a little bit better today after that. How about 2 cash tickets? Would you like that, Buckets? Would you like 2 cash tickets? Because I think I would. So let's get into it. Our board for the day. And remember, more best bets on Early Edge and 5 at 3:30 Eastern time. But Emory Hunt, let me look at my notes. 5 bowl games on tap today. I'm looking at 5 picks. I just want the first 2. Start us off.
Well, here's the thing, Coach. I know a little bit of something about game motivation, right? And who wants to play, who doesn't, because that's what you have to look at when you look at these bowl games. My junior year in college, this was 2001. We were supposed to play Central Florida the week of 9/11. So obviously that game got moved to the back end of the season. Now, that was Thanksgiving weekend. So we were already 2-8 at that point, and coach is like, well, we got to go play this game. And you should have seen the room. No one wanted to play this game. We go down to Central Florida and we get blasted by Asante Samuel and the Central Florida Golden Knights. They beat us like 48-0. Soon as we got back, bags were already packed. We were all on our way to New Orleans to catch the Bayou Classic parties between Grambling and Southern. It was like, man, let's get this game over with so we get back onto what we plan to do. So looking at these bowl games, you got Maryland taking on NC State. Maryland, to me, has much more to play for. NC State has been ravaged by injuries. At one point in time, they're playing their 4th-string quarterback. Talia Tagovailoa has coming off of back-to-back solid games, really good games. I think they close out the season. This was plus money earlier in the week. I think they are now favorite. Take Maryland -1. If you can string together a parlay, take them in the parlay to win outright. Also, talking about teams that have something to play for, it doesn't involve Pitt. Pitt is going to get drummed in this ball game by UCLA. And the reason why UCLA has something to play for. And who has something to play for more specifically is Dorian Thompson-Robinson, because with 285 yards passing today, he can become the all-time leader in passing yards in UCLA history. We're talking Troy Aikman. We're talking Cade McNown. We're talking Rick Neuheisel. We're talking all of these great players, Josh Rosen. He can be the best atop that list. Lay these 8 points with UCLA. They are about to beat the Panther off of Pitt down in the John Hancock, the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. That's how long I've been rocking with the Sun Bowl.
All right, so last night I cashed Jordan Travis. I just happened to look at his prop, and it was 258. I was like, this is ridiculously low. It was an easy cash for Florida State. So question from the chat, Tua's number is 224.5 for Maryland. Would you like that, Emery?
Passing yards? Absolutely. That's all Maryland does. Maryland knows crab cakes and passing the football. That's it.
Buckets doesn't even know what crab cakes are. He's like, crab cakes?
I've been to Panda Express. I've gotten the little crab cream cheese things. I know what crab cakes are. Thank you, Coach.
No, you did not just say Panda Express.
Panda Express.
Have you been before, Emery? Have you had the crab cakes from Panda Express? Oh, those are Rangoons. Are Rangoons the same thing?
No.
Oh, no. Never mind. Ignore me, guys.
And then Vincent said, what was the bet again? Oh, we were talking about over 224.5 passing yards in the Maryland game. Emery, he's like, this was my show at one point. Big Pick, it was my show.
Yeah, I'm about to go to McDonald's and get a McGumbo.
Crab cakes at Panda Express. Gumbo from McDonald's. We're starting something new, Buckets. You could be onto $1 million idea. Woo! Crab cakes at Panda Express. Okay.
I do think Talia will go over that pass number, by the way. Just ask the question.
All right. I got to keep it moving. All right, I'm going to go next. And, last night we split our NBA picks, but that's like a bad day for me because I'm really locked in. I feel like I'm locked in. And tonight, Timberwolves Bucks over 227. You guys know, we just talked about motivation. And I know other handicappers, all the pros are like, you got to look at just the numbers. That's not how I handicap. I factor in energy. I factor in, it's a Friday, it's holiday week. And I'm telling you, when I used to perform shows the holiday week, the energy was just higher. That, to me, leads to points. So we'll take over 227 minus 110. Then, Warriors +3. They're home against the Blazers. They're really starting to figure out the last couple of games how to play without Steph Curry. Jordan Poole is becoming an absolute star right before our very eyes. You give me 3 at home against a Blazers team that's really starting to cool off just a little bit. They did beat the Hornets last game, but they're really cooling off. I love the Warriors getting points +3. All right, Buckets. I'm a little terrified to go back to you because right now the chat is absolutely roasting you.
Oh,
roasting you. Something about fishful. I don't know. But I know how you can get back in their good graces. You said you were 14-2 the last 16 picks. I think right now that's the only thing that's going to save you. So, Buckets, you're up.
Well, here's the worst part of it, Coach. Now, before I even give out the picks, I have to ask you guys for a favor. AB, Coach, and Emery, I need us to do nothing but cash our tickets today because your boy Buckets has a date tonight. And I'm taking the money I have for the dinner, and I'm using it to tail all your picks instead. So
I'm sure she's going to love that.
Based on how we do, AB, I'm going to have to text her this afternoon and say either A, hey, let's try out the new steak place downtown, or B, hey, they have great crab cakes at Panda Express. I'll treat you to a nice little double plate there. So no pressure, but we need to win.
Buckets. You're 14-2. She's clearly watching the show right now. So you should have money from the last 3 or 4 days. So now there's no excuse. You can't say I had it. Come on, you just said you were 14-2.
Well, let's make it 16-2. That's all I'm saying.
Starting
in France's league.
What is going? Sorry, go ahead.
Starting in France's Ligue 2. So this is the second flight of French soccer here. I've got a classic early edge matchup between AS Saint-Etienne and SM Caen. We're going with our favorite bet on earth, both teams to score at -115. And we're taking that because Saint-Etienne has no idea what the hell's going on anymore. They were in the top flight of French soccer last year, playing and scoring against PSG, Marseille, Olympique Lyon, and now they're dead last in the second flight of French soccer after a single year. This team is falling apart, but at least they're scoring goals. They're just conceding them along the way, so BTTS is a fantastic look here. Then for our second matchup of the day, we're going with SC Braga versus Benfica Lisbon in the Portuguese Primeira Division. This is a league that really only has 4 good teams in this league, and then it's like 16 high school teams, basically. It is ridiculous how much better these top 4 teams are, and when they play each other, it is fireworks every single time. We're going over 2.5 goals in this game because the last 2 times these teams played, the scoreline was 6-1 and 3-2. These teams know how to do nothing but score goals. They are loaded with offensive firepower, and we should see an absolute banger of a match this afternoon in Portugal.
I love it when you tell me it's going to be a banger of a match. That means it's going to be goals. Translation, goals. Goals, goals, goals. Oh, John, can I have that extra egg roll at Panda Express? Let me check my – oh, yes. It's 2-1. We can proceed. We can proceed. All right. We've given out 2 of our bowl games, but I need 3 more. So let's go back to the man that I know will keep this show on the tracks. Emory Hunt, give it to me.
Well, look, you got Wyoming at Ohio. This is going to be all about point of attack play. So if you love line of scrimmage football, this is your game. I think Wyoming dominates on both sides of the line of scrimmage. I love how Ohio was able to rally around their backup quarterback when Curtis Rourke was out with an injury. If he was in this game, I would easily go with Ohio, but I'm taking Wyoming, Craig Bowl, and the points here. I also like South Carolina plus 3.5 against Notre Dame. The reason being, if we look back at the last couple of games with Spencer Rattler, he has put together a remarkable stretch against Tennessee, upset win, big game, against Clemson, upset win, big game in a rivalry game. If he has another big game against Notre Dame, which I expect him to do so, I expect, and you're hearing it here first, him to declare for the NFL draft. You leave when your name is hot. You strike while the iron is hot. You leave when you have a 3-game sample of what you are capable of doing, and you get back to what we thought you were going to be when you were early at Oklahoma before things fell off the rails at Oklahoma and early in South Carolina. I think he gets back on the right track. I like them plus the points. I also like them straight up. So again, follow along for the money line parlay or whatnot. And lastly, Clemson takes on Tennessee in the oranges of Orange Bowls. All this orange out on display. Clemson is finally starting to right quarterback in Cade Klubnik. I like him against this Tennessee defense. D is optional there if you want to use it or not. I don't think any defense will be played. I do like the pieces of Joe Milton individually, but I want to see him. I want to see Joe Milton do well, but I want to see him, put together all of the traits that he has. So this could be a high-scoring game, but in the end, defense, Clemson, reigns supreme. I like them laying the 6 here as well.
All right. Clemson laying the 6 over Tennessee. Now, AB's up there, and he's just shaking. He's like, picking against my Volunteers? What are you doing? Now, AB, you're in the maestro spot today. You got to bring it strong, but what is your reaction to Emery's last pick, sir?
It's quite intelligent. I agree with him, right? Like, dude, Clemson's quarterback, he's young, but he's solid, man. Very solid. Look, Tennessee, their offense is going to be completely different, all right? What you saw earlier this year, completely different, all right? You've got Joe Milton at quarterback, the wide receivers, they're all gone to the NFL. Tennessee's still going to score, but it's not the same team that we saw earlier this year. But my play here is Tennessee second half team total over 13.5 because, like my man Buckets tonight on his date, okay, it might start slow, but my man's going to pick it up, and he's going to be a closer in this game. Now, look, any game script, take Tennessee here. They still go fast as hell on offense, and especially if they're down, which we kind of think that they will be. They're going to have so many play opportunities to get 2 touchdowns, which they will. Joe Milton, if you've never seen him, can throw it 6 miles, right? You don't always know where it's going, but my man can throw it about 6 miles here. Take Tennessee second half, team total over 13.5. That's the play on that one. Also, real quick, what Emery was talking about, spot on with Maryland in regards to Talia Tungavailoa. If you can't get enough Tua or you miss him on Sundays, watch his little brother there at Maryland. He's a stud. He's been playing well. And UCLA, people probably have not watched them this year. They are a monster of a team. Chip Kelly's got them dudes. They've been playing tough, man. So strong plays there. All right, second one, Zion Williamson tonight. Over 7.5 rebounds going up against the 76ers. They're going to put up about 9 million threes in this one. Everybody's going to ride Zion on the points. Ride Zion on the rebounds. He's going to have a million opportunities to grab him. 7.5 is a very attractive number. He could have this by halftime, to be completely honest with you. And then lastly, tonight, college basketball. We're going to take Western Michigan, Wisconsin, over 125. You look at this Wisconsin basketball team at home, tremendous. Not only do they shoot lights out, but they are phenomenal at the free throw line. And Western Michigan, not a bad team as well. We really just need to get them to around 55 in this game, and we should be solid. So, yeah, take that over at 125.
I absolutely love that play. EC, our main man on Early Edge in 5, he cashed a nice little college basketball over yesterday with a 2-0 day. Buckets, what are you doing?
She just texted me saying in all caps, "We are not going to Panda Express."
Are you kidding me right now?
No.
She did. She's watching the show?
I told her to watch the show this morning because I was going to shout out tonight.
All right. So, I can't believe you just told us that. So, Kyle says that the odds on you wearing the turtleneck with the chain tonight is minus 1,400, clearly juiced to the over. And here's what I'm going to do, Buckets, because I'm in the giving mood. If your date lasts, if you're at the restaurant past 10 p.m., I'm going to give away 2 $100 winners to the chat. But I need, if you want to participate in the Buckets date tonight, right, bring it Buckets and your Venmo in the chat, and I will text him at 10 p.m. If he is still on his date, 2 people win. No strings attached. But Buckets, I want it to flow. This is about integrity. It's about not just staying out to help people win. It's got to be in the flow, all right? It's got to be like, hey, we're having a good time. We're going to stay out, maybe go to another place for a drink, that type of a date. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, I'm cool with it, Coach. I'm good. Let's do it.
Hey, we have to be the only show in America that's betting on dates live. Like, I love it.
Emery's over here going, what is
that?
Yeah,
what the hell am I doing?
I was about to give him some advice. Like, man, we used to do this in college. If one of our homeboys had a date, we used to go to the restaurant to ensure that things went smoothly. Because sometimes you get to these places and things can get rambunctious. So we had our guys in place, like Battleship. Like we was like Stratego. We were sitting around scattered. Things were going to go smoothly. You were going to have a nice date. That's what you need to do. Find some homeboys. You pack the place with your people to make sure everything goes according to plan.
Emery, will you come up to Indiana? If I looked up at the menu and just see Emery sitting off to the side.
You'll see me in your order. You'll see me making it's like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like in that movie when you see that dude that also works at the post office, but is also your father chief. That dude is watching you, man. Like that's, you know what I'm saying? So that's how you have to play it. And I'm sorry, but Indiana is not on one of my approved travel lists. You know
not right now. It is
not right now, at least. You know what I'm saying? Only place in Indiana I go is Indianapolis, and that's for the combine. So sorry, Buckets, I won't be there.
Reed says, great plan by Emery. And also, we have Venmo and PayPal now. Don't be cheap with her, Buckets. If for some reason it gets a little pricey, call me. But do not say, hey, you can't get that on. Come on. We've got your back, but do not be cheap tonight. Do not be cheap tonight. All right, grab your paper. Grab your pencil. How did we get here? Here is the recap, courtesy of the Snake, who's probably shaking his head going, get off the air. Emory Hunt, all 5 bowl games today. South Carolina plus a 3.5. Maryland plus the 1. UCLA minus 8. Wyoming plus 2.5. And remember, in the Clemson-Tennessee game, it's going to look way different. A lot of their speed guys, their talent guys, are long gone. Then, this was a play we gave out a couple of days ago. A little money line parlay that the guru has been great at. Real Madrid and Liverpool. Put those two together, a little minus 116. And then Buckets, 2 plays. Kane and AS Saint, both teams to score. Then let's go over 2.5 in Benfica Lisbon and SC Braga. And then, if you're going to cash with me, you're going to do with these 2 plays. Timberwolves Bucks over 227. And the Warriors plus 3. Then AB is on Tennessee second half team total over 13.5. Zion, let's go 8 rebounds or more, and then Western Michigan, Wisconsin in hoops over 125. All right, there's a lot of people. A lot of people are pulling for you. A lot of people wrote bring it Buckets and their Venmo in the chat. 10 p.m., 2 people, Buckets. 10 p.m., 2 people. We've got 2 more
the
shows.
Ballot box Buckets. You gotta stuff the box, man.
Emery, he doesn't even know what that means. Let's not throw his head off right now. Okay. I need my one shot. We got to get out of here. There's only one thing left to do. And I believe you all know. Oh, good Lord, what that is. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window for my entire damn it, do I love them all. Buckets, Emery, the Za, AB, the Snake, everybody that's in the chat. Man, do we have a good time. And that's what truly it's all about. 2 days left in this year. Let's make it count. The early edge. Good luck.